Good morning. My name is Rod Blackwood. I'm provost of Lubbock Christian University. And it's my great privilege to be able to be the first to welcome you to this December undergraduate commencement ceremony. Today is certainly a milestone in the lives of these graduating students, but it's not really an end. The significance of today is that the hard work and diligence on the part of these students is resulting in a great academic achievement, a college degree. The ceremony also signifies that these students are prepared for the next part of their journey. I'd like to thank each one of you for coming and joining with us today as we celebrate this very significant achievement in the life of our graduating students. Our invocation will be led by Josiah Stewart, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Business Administration and Finance. He is from Grants, New Mexico. Josiah?
Well, as my grandfather would say, it's a great day to be alive. If you would pray with me, gentlemen, please remove your caps. Dear Lord, we come to you today humbled by your goodness and in awe of your kindness. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your life. Thank you for your provision, for your death and your resurrection. Thank you for your grace that overwhelms us. We bless each graduate today, Father. Guide them and protect them. Thank you for being a good father to us. I ask that you inspire dreams within them. Rekindle their old dreams and spark new dreams within their hearts. Dreams to have life with you and have it to the fullest. Most of all, Lord, may they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent, for that is eternal life. May your favor fall upon us like a crown and surround us like a shield. We pray all this in your Son's name, Jesus. Amen.
Good morning. It's my great pleasure to join with Dr. Blackwood and welcome you. Thank you for that prayer, Josiah, for leading us in that prayer, taking us to the very throne of God. We're so glad you could join us this morning for the December commencement exercises of Lubbock Christian University. It's a great day to be a Shap. I love graduations because we get to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, and I hope that you'll join me for the first of many opportunities today in congratulating the students who are walking across the stage today. Congratulations. Today's a day full of hope. In a world that gives us plenty of reasons for despair and discouragement, we gather this morning to celebrate a future that looks a little bit brighter because of these graduates. You graduates are prepared to make the world a better place, a place where love and justice and mercy and peace and joy are abundant. And so today is a day full of hope. Significant life transitions, like graduating from college, are moments when our past, present, and future come together in a striking way. Perhaps you're experiencing some of that right now, remembering your experiences at LCU, taking stock of today and your present, while also looking to the future, perhaps with a bit of fear and trepidation. You're not alone. We also, those of us who are left behind, this is a bittersweet day for us. We have mixed emotions as well. We're excited about the opportunities that are ahead of you, but we're also sad to say goodbye as you leave us after the sweet time that we had together. This we know. You're prepared for the opportunities and challenges that are ahead. The world needs you, perhaps more today than ever before. One thing that I know that's true is that none of you who are graduating got to this point today by yourself. You all have people in your lives, your parents, siblings, spouses, professors, friends, pets, who are part of your story, and without whom this moment would not be possible. So today is a day for expressing gratitude, for remembering those who have helped you along the way. We're proud of you, are excited to watch all of the mountains you'll climb, to celebrate with you and to mourn with you through the transitions of life. And please know that you go with our richest wishes for you, that God will bless you in everything that you do from today forward. We have a great tradition at Lubbock Christian University of inviting one graduating student to speak on behalf of the graduates. It's a wonderful thing. At LCU, it's all about the students, and it's appropriate that we hear from one of those who are graduating. We have asked today Professor Shenai Alonge-Moore, Assistant Professor of English, to introduce our student speaker. Please welcome Dr. Alonge-Moore.
Good morning, graduating students, distinguished faculty, and honored guests. I want to begin my introduction this morning with a quote from the play A Raisin in the Sun. And perhaps I will be a great man. I mean, perhaps I will hold on to the substance of truth and find my way always with the right course. Every time I encounter the words of Joseph Asagai, they call to mind our student speaker. Bonnie Njafuh, a registered nurse who's receiving her Bachelor of Science in Nursing, has held to the substance of truth and found the right course despite a variety of circumstances many of us would deem impossible. I had the privilege of first having Bonnie in my freshman composition course during her first semester at LCU. From day one, I was impressed with her drive, knowledge, and hard work. Because of international travel issues, Bonnie started her first semester almost 2 weeks after the rest of the student body. Rather than allowing herself to be overwhelmed and give up, as I've seen many students in less stressful situations do, she met with me, asked for the lessons and assignments she'd missed, and completed all the work in record time, and completed it well. During her time at LCU, she has accomplished great things. She was awarded Outstanding Student for Anatomy and Physiology, achieved both Dean's and President's lists multiple times, and graduated from nursing school. Some of her greatest accomplishments, though, are in the lives she's touched around campus in her role in International Student Association, where she served as vice president for 2 years, as a member of the Minority Student Alliance, an avid intramural participant, and as a vibrant, engaged part of the campus community at large. Anyone who knows Bonnie can recognize her bright smile and infectious laughter from across campus. Her friends and professors describe her as having a big heart and an even bigger personality. One even said that Bonnie's personality is contagious, that she literally lifts the mood anytime she enters a room. I've also found that to be true. Furthermore, she is kind, compassionate, and dedicated to excellence, all qualities that make her the kind of nurse I want should I need one, and the kind of woman I want my daughter to look up to. I can say with confidence that it is not a perhaps that Bonnie will hold on to the substance of truth and find the right course. It is not a perhaps that she will be a great woman. It is a definite, as she is one of the strongest, greatest women I know. I have been privileged to call Bonnie student, and now I am honored to call her friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Bonnie Njafuh.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to cry because my makeup is well done today. My name is Bonnie Njafuh, and I'm a 20-year-old senior graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I moved to Lubbock Christian University in January of 2013 from Douala, Cameroon, without even anticipating I was going to college. I came home from boarding school for the summer in 2012, and about a month in, my dad started enrolling me in TOEFL and SAT classes. TOEFL is the English competency exam to measure the English language ability of non-native speakers wishing to enroll in English-speaking universities. Now, all of you, I assume, are familiar with the SAT. I wasn't. I had no idea what was happening, but I did as my dad asked. Eventually, we started working on my passport and visa. That's how my dad said, "You are moving to the United States." Mind you, this was just a few months after I turned 15. Most 15-year-olds would have sworn they weren't going anywhere and thought their parents hated them or thrown a fit about moving 7,500 miles away from home. I was exhilarated. I wonder what my father was thinking. My mother, on the other hand, had been praying that my dad's plan would not work because, like every mom, it's just crazy to let your 15-year-old move to another country by herself. I came to Lubbock with my dad, who graduated from Texas Tech, but because this is a faith-based institution, he chose LCU for me. I was elated to move from home because, like any teenager, you cannot stand your parents anymore. My dad paid my tuition and left after a week of being here. Then life actually started for me. It was cold, and I detested the cold. I did not have any friends. My closest family was in the Dallas area, but even them I had not seen in years. Culture shock, weather shock, accent shock, life shock, you name it, I was in complete shock. Keisha Jackson, the resident director for the girls' dorms, Katie Rogers, and Courtyards at the time, had to teach me how to save a contact in an iPhone. I could see the fear and uncertainty in her eyes and in most of my professors. However, all that changed when they discovered how determined and how much of a hard worker I was. They realized nothing was going to stand in my way, not even the fact I had to repeat myself at least 5 times because people couldn't understand me. Not even the fact I had to repeat myself at least 5 times because people could not understand me. They believed I would succeed exceptionally, even when I wasn't sure. The small Christian community was a blessing. I could visit one-on-one with my professors with little to no notice. Yes, the culture of Christianity is different from what I grew up with, but it's the same Jesus and the same Holy Spirit. Everyone I visited with, cried with, ministered to, and who ministered to me, every single person I have had an encounter with, no matter how small, was placed there strategically by God. I was quite alienated from campus in my 2 years of nursing school, but seeing some of you in passing was always a blessing. Others were a great source of encouragement when I was about ready to quit my nurse training. You reminded me how I was denied acceptance into Covenant School of Nursing twice, and on the 3rd try, God opened a door no one even knew was possible. He made a way, and I was certain I would make it through, and I did, while appearing on the dean's list 4 times. See, when man says it's impossible, God says, I am the God of impossibilities. When man says there's no way, God says, I have gone ahead of you and made every crooked path straight. The victory is already yours because you can do all things through I who gives you strength. My faith was not always rock solid, and it still isn't. As a matter of fact, when my dad passed away 4 months after bringing me here, I thought all hope was lost. I questioned God and his authority. I challenged him. Irrespective of the prayers people sent to heaven on my behalf, I was faithless. In that, I learned God's sovereignty. I still have plenty of doubts, questions, and fears, but even in my unbelief, I trust him. Speaking of, I gave myself plenty of reasons why I shouldn't audition to speak at graduation. First, I didn't know there were auditions. I thought a student or school favorite was selected and that was it. Then I found out to audition you had to write a speech. I was clueless on what to say and where to start. Oh, and there were the odds that were not in my favor, like not being in a social club and being a nursing major that most people didn't know of. I visited with Mrs. Monica Williams recently, and my dilemma arose as I listed all the reasons why I could not and more. She told me, Bonnie, the odds have usually not been in your favor, but that has never stopped you because grace was and is. There is nothing about you that is ordinary. A lot of people want the blessing that comes with the office in the corner, but not the burden. You are not afraid of that burden, thus you work hard and get the blessing. Every time I hear your story or remember it, I think of the admirable and impressive faith a youngster like you has, which many older people desire to have. You trusted your father's vision and faith for your life till you were able to build yours. In that there is obedience. Faith was sometimes all you had, and you have come out on top. All she said made me reflect deeply. I have been through a lot, but God has been faithful. Some of you have seen me from the beginning of my journey till its end. Others met me halfway, somewhere along it and or towards the end. Regardless, you have made a remarkable impact in my life as a student, a Christian, and purely as a person. I can boldly say, Veni Vidi Vici, which means I came, I saw, I conquered, and I add in Jesus' name. All that I was, all that I am, all that I will be has been as a result of family, friends, church, Lubbock Christian University, Covenant School of Nursing, my nursing career, but above all glory belongs to him. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie, for sharing a little bit about your journey. What an inspiring story for all of us today, and reminding us that our blessings and our adventure, that the story of our lives is written by God. And thank you for being willing to share with us. We're so glad you came our way, even though it was 7,500 miles. We're glad that you made your way to LCU. You've made a huge impact on the LCU community during your time here. Won't you join me again in showing our appreciation for Bonnie and her remarks this morning. At this point, we're ready to hear from our commencement speaker, and I'm thrilled that we have Dean Tracy Mack, who, as you know, teaches in our School of Business, providing great leadership to our School of Business. Dean Mack is going to come forward and introduce our commencement speaker. Please welcome Dean Tracy Mack.
It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Lamar Reinsch as our speaker for today. Dr. Reinsch grew up on a cotton farm just a little further down 19th Street before he came to Lubbock Christian College. Dr. Reinsch graduated from Lubbock Christian College in 1967 and holds the distinction of being the very first Commodore for the Social Club Sub T16. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's where he started here. Dr. Reinsch went on to complete a bachelor's degree from Abilene Christian University, a Master of Arts degree in Rhetoric and Communication from Central Michigan, and in 1973 he received a PhD from the University of Kansas in Speech Communication and Human Relations. Dr. Reinsch is married to Janet, who is here with us today, and we are glad that she is here with us. He is the father to 2 sons and 1 daughter-in-law. Dr. Reinsch has had a very distinguished academic career. He first taught at Central Michigan and then at University of Kansas. He has been on the tenured faculty at Oklahoma State University, at Abilene Christian University, and then finally at Georgetown University. Since 1992, Dr. Reinsch has been a professor of management in the McDonough School of Business at Georgetown University, where he remains as professor emeritus. In addition to his teaching, Dr. Reinsch has held several academic positions and administrative positions, most recently as the academic director of the Executive Masters in Leadership program at Georgetown. In 2015, Dr. Reinsch accepted a position with LCU, with the LCU School of Business as a distinguished professor of management. Dr. Reinsch is the ultimate university professor, having published numerous academic articles, making numerous academic presentations, and receiving multiple awards for his teaching and his writing. In fact, just last month, Dr. Reinsch was notified that a paper that he co-authored titled Communication Strategies for Human Resource Managers and Other Counselors, Extensions and Applications of Equity Theory was selected as the best paper submission for 2018 by the Association of Business Communication, Southwest United States. LCU's renewed relationship with Dr. Reinsch after his graduation in 1967 began about 10 years ago when Dr. Stacy Patty began traveling to Washington, D.C. And as a part of the Washington internship program, Dr. Patty was reacquainted with Dr. Reinsch, and a relationship was developed from those trips that Dr. Patty made there. Because of that, Lamar and Janet have mentored many of our students in Washington, D.C., both at church and professionally, and have been a great addition to the LCU family in Washington, D.C. Dr. Reinsch is an excellent teacher. And in the truest sense, he's a real teacher. He is a scholar as reflected by his research and his writings. He is a thoughtful and humble man, a good husband, a good father, and a good son. He is also a man of faith, serving his God, his church, and his community faithfully. Every conversation I have with Dr. Reinsch, I walk away impressed by his graciousness, his humility, and his wisdom. And he is such a good man. Each conversation, you walk away hoping to be more like him. Please help me welcome Dr. Lamar Reinsch.
That's a very impressive man he just described. I wish I knew him. A long time ago, in an empire far, far away, an older man wrote a letter to a younger man. The writer's goal was to help the younger man meet life's challenges. Of course, the older man couldn't know the specific challenges the younger man would face, but he did have some ideas about how to meet life's challenges from his own experience, from his observations, and from his sensitivity to a powerful force. No, I'm not talking about Yoda and Luke Skywalker. I'm talking about Paul and Timothy. In this specific case, both Paul, the older man, and Timothy, the younger man, were engaged in Christian ministry. So they spoke in terms of that field, but it would be a mistake to assume that Paul's advice to Timothy only applied to ministers. Here is one of the relevant passages from that letter. I am reminded of your sincere faith, a faith that lived first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice, and now I am sure lives in you. For this reason, I remind you to rekindle the gift of God that is within you through the laying on of my hands, for God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline. Now, I want to focus on that final phrase, the phrase about power and love and self-discipline. But I began reading 2 verses earlier so that I could remind you about what Timothy says concerning Lois and Eunice. We typically assume that they were the biological mother and grandmother of Timothy, but we don't know that for certain. In their day, as in ours, families came in various shapes, and a great number of young people were reared by folks who were not their biological parents. We do know with certainty that no baby can take care of itself. So all of us who have grown to adulthood have been cared for by others who were willing to invest themselves in us. Sometimes we inherit from those others attributes because we are biologically related to them. Always we learn from those others because they shape who we are and how we think of ourselves. Timothy had been shaped in positive and significant ways by his mother and grandmother. Paul could see that, and he wanted to remind him of that. But it isn't enough just to look back in gratitude. We need to look forward, and we need to look forward with a certain perspective, a certain attitude, a certain spirit. That may be particularly important for those of you graduating at this moment. Our world is continuing to experience the evolving impact of digital technologies. Job after job is being automated. Industry after industry is being re-engineered. Folks my age sometimes talk about the digital revolution as if it were over. The truth is, it's just getting good and well started. Particularly the artificial intelligence that grows out of that. The most recent analysis from McKinsey Global Institute concludes that approximately 50% of current work activities can be automated, and that's with the current generation of technology, not the next generation of robots and the generation after that. The same analysis concludes that 6 out of 10 occupations are made up of activities of which more than 30% can be automated. Based on this analysis, McKinsey concludes with, I think, some understatement, that there could be considerable disruption. They've actually made some specific predictions about the next 12 years between now and 2030. They estimate that between 400 and 800 million workers around the world will be forced to seek new employment, dislocated by automation, looking for new jobs, perhaps in completely new industries. They expect new jobs and new industries to emerge. They predict rapid growth, very rapid growth for certain kinds of jobs. Professions including information technology services, healthcare workers, engineers, scientists, accountants, and analysts. Now, the good news for you is that by earning a college degree, you have taken a very significant step toward preparing yourself to thrive in this continuing turbulence, both by preparing yourself to work in this economy, and perhaps more importantly, by preparing yourself to continue to learn and adapt. However, intellectual preparation is not enough. You also need spiritual resilience. And that brings me to the letter from Paul to Timothy. Paul's first recommendation is a spirit of power. The word he uses for power in Greek, like the English word for power, can take on various shades of meaning. In this case, since Paul contrasts it with a spirit of cowardice, we should probably understand it as implying confidence or bravery. So I recommend that you approach the next portion of your life with confidence and bravery. I realize, even if you perhaps do not yet, that you are likely during the coming months to experience times of uncertainty and to feel vulnerable. And depending on where you live and what kind of work you do, you may feel less sophisticated than the people around you. Let me tell you a secret. Everybody feels that way. We start out knowing nothing. And as we grow up, we gradually master a small community or region. We all need to grow by going to new places and meeting new people and doing new things. I encourage you to do all of that and do it with confidence. For some of you, perhaps all of you, religious community and convictions can provide a powerful foundation. Since reading the poetry of Emily Bronte, I can hardly encounter the word cowardice without one of her poems coming to mind. She wrote, "No coward soul is mine, no trembler in the world's storm-troubled sphere. I see heaven's glories shine, and faith shines equal, arming me from fear." I doubt that Ms. Bronte, who died as a young woman, had no moments of trembling and fear, but I treasure her testimony of the power of faith and the courage with which she faced life and death. In addition to a spirit of power or confidence, the apostle recommends a spirit of love. One of my favorite definitions of love comes from Dallas Willard, and it is this: a disposition to bring good to the object that is loved. That definition tells me what love does. It works for good. It's helpful. And that helps me, that prepares me to make practical application of love in my daily life. So I encourage you to approach your post-graduation life with a spirit of love or helpfulness. You will have during your lifetime several occasions when you get to redefine who you are, when you get to choose new activities and habits. Your transition from high school to college was one of those, and you're now about to have another one, a large one, a big one. I encourage you to use it wisely. If you're already a person who approaches life with a spirit of helpfulness, hang on to that during the transition. If you aren't that kind of person, I encourage you to become that kind of person. Finally, the apostle speaks of a spirit of self-discipline. In today's environment, I would call that self-control. Today, people can give up self-control in a variety of ways. One way is to abuse the old familiar stimulants, and another is to adopt the powerful new ones. Perhaps even more dangerous is to surrender your decisions about ethics to the standards of an industry or a company or a supervisor. A number of contemporary defenses of capitalism, even the hoary old description of business as a game, can have the effect of encouraging the individual to retire from ethical decision-making and let other people make those choices. The Christian virtue of self-control, as I understand it, requires the individual to retain control of him or herself, particularly about moral issues. So here we are again. We have an older man talking to some younger men and women. The older guy's trying to offer some helpful advice. I graduated from Lubbock Christian College in 1967. That was 50 years ago. 50 years from now will bring the year 2067. I wonder who will be the graduation speaker in 2067. Perhaps it will be you. I suggest that you meet your future with an attitude of confidence, helpfulness, and self-control, because even if they don't invite you to speak at graduation, that approach is much more likely than the available alternatives to result in a life that's rewarding and significant and interesting and fun. And may the Spirit be with you.
Thank you, Dr. Reinsch. What a wonderful reminder to all of us of the importance of living a full life, a life in the power of love, in the spirit of power and confidence, in the spirit of love and helpfulness, in the spirit of self-discipline and self-control. Thank you, Dr. Reinsch, for that reminder. My dad, as many of you know, was a longtime history professor at Lubbock Christian University, and I always wanted to believe that I was his all-time favorite student, but based upon how he talked, I think Dr. Reinsch might have been his favorite all-time student, and so it's a special privilege today to have Dr. Reinsch here with us. I'd like to ask you, if you would, to join me at the podium one more time. Dr. Reinsch, we have a wonderful tradition here at LCU of presenting our commencement speaker with a Bible. It has the LCU seal on it and reflects our core values and our deep appreciation and respect for you and for your leadership in your church and in your community. And won't you join me again in showing appreciation to Dr. Reinsch for his comments today.
The university is composed of 4 colleges, each one led by an academic dean. Dr. Jesse Long, Dean of the Al and Patricia Smith College of Biblical Studies will come forward now to represent the other deans and present all of the graduating students to the president for the granting of the degrees. Dr. Long.
President Perrin, may I present the candidates from the Alfred and Patricia Smith College of Biblical Studies, the Ward Lane College of Professional Studies, and the Hancock College of Liberal Arts and Education, who have completed requirements for their degrees this semester. Will all graduating candidates please stand? These candidates have fulfilled the academic requirements for their respective bachelor degrees and have received the recommendation of the faculty in their majors. Therefore, the deans recommend these candidates be granted the bachelor degree in their respective areas.
Thank you, Dr. Long. Based upon the recommendation of the deans and our outstanding faculty, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and as the president of Lubbock Christian University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations!
Will the escorts for the graduates please rise? Will the escorts now hood the graduates? Will the escorts please be seated? Will the graduates please be seated? Jerry Harris, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Lubbock Christian University, will present diplomas to the students. Student names will be read as they cross the stage. President Perrin will greet and congratulate the students as they leave the stage. Will the marshals take their places?
Alec Joseph Gerard, Bachelor of Arts, Youth and Family Ministry, Mansfield, Texas. Brittany Herrera, Bachelor of Arts, Youth and Family Ministry, Fort Worth, Texas. Colton Riley Roberts, Bachelor of Arts, Youth and Family Ministry, Burleson, Texas. Ashley Ann Van Meter, Bachelor of Arts, Youth and Family Ministry, Lubbock, Texas. Patrick William Bailey, Bachelor of Humanities, Specialization in Business, Manlius, New York. Sarah Louise Board, Bachelor of Arts, English, Specialization in Journalism, Lubbock, Texas. Jessie Marie Castillo, Bachelor of Arts, Communication, Lubbock, Texas, magna cum laude. Caitlin Breck Creel, Bachelor of Arts, Humanities, Wolford, Texas, summa cum laude. Taylor Darren Duzan, Bachelor of Arts, Theater, Snyder, Texas. Rachel Joy Eckert, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, Richardson, Texas, Honors College graduate, summa cum laude. Allie Peyton Harris, Bachelor of Arts, Communication, Argyle, Texas, Honors College graduate. Benjamin Wayne Heddick, Bachelor of Arts, English, Wall, Texas, Honors College Scholar, summa cum laude. Jelena Renee Hooten, Bachelor of Arts, Music, Hurst, Texas, Honors College Scholar, cum laude. Emily Rose Leach, Bachelor of Arts, Communication Design, Burleson, Texas, summa cum laude. Jessica Lynn Long, Bachelor of Arts, Communication Design, Marble Falls, Texas. Victoria Leanne Martinez, Bachelor of Arts, Family Studies, Slayton, Texas. Abby Elise McCready, Bachelor of Arts, Communication, Shallow Water, Texas. Sunny Joy Park, Bachelor of Arts, Communication, Lubbock, Texas, magna cum laude. Destiny Marie Perez, Bachelor of Arts, Music, Lubbock, Texas. Jerry Lynn Strong, Bachelor of Arts, Communication, Lubbock, Texas. Mercedes Malin Wiest, Bachelor of Music, Music Education, Artesia, New Mexico, summa cum laude. Brittany Lee White, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology, Crowley, Texas. Addison Noel Ard, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Round Rock, Texas. Brissa Bell Brown, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Secondary Education, Whiteface, Texas, summa cum laude. Brittany Leanne Cantu, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Sundown, Texas. Francesca Lee Cavazos, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Lubbock, Texas. Kristen Ruth Clinton, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Lubbock, Texas. Leah Rochelle Cox, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Idalou, Texas. Elizabeth Nicole Cumby, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Lubbock, Texas. Lauren Bailey Heist, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Colorado Springs, Colorado, magna cum laude. Evan Chase McCullough, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Secondary Education, Lubbock, Texas. Angelinda Mendez, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, O'Donnell, Texas. Taylor Morgan Nelson, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Lubbock, Texas, magna cum laude. Sydney Morgan Reynolds, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, middle school education, Frisco, Texas, summa cum laude. Caitlin Rochelle Reinsch, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Colorado Springs, Colorado, summa cum laude, Honors College graduate. Summer Ariana Smith, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Idalou, Texas, cum laude. Tegan Joe Thornton, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Early Childhood Education, Lubbock, Texas, cum laude. Azalea R. Alvarado, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Gabriela Elizabeth Aviles, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Brownfield, Texas. Jennifer Marie Bandanza, Bachelor of Social Work, Auburn, California. Joshua Lamond Barnett, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, Mesquite, Texas. Jacob Allen Bass, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Nalara Nadine Bassett, Bachelor of Social Work, Spokane, Washington. Kimmy Annette Brock, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lamesa, Texas, cum laude. Amanda Shara Bull, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Amarillo, Texas, summa cum laude. Michelle D. Cano, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Borger, Texas. Samantha D. Cantu, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, New Home, Texas. Winter Ashley Chambers, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas, cum laude. Michael Vargas Chavez, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Sonora, Texas. Hope Antoinette Semino, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Big Spring, Texas, cum laude. Kendra Nicole Cook, Bachelor of Social Work, Early, Texas. Roxanne Elea Curiel, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Corpus Christi, Texas. Christopher Thomas Dennison, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas, cum laude. Paige Dixon, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Katrina Lynn Foster, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Allison Mary Frances Garcia, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Pewaukee, New Mexico. Trenton E. George, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, Pflugerville, Texas. Julio Gonzalez Jr., Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, Lubbock, Texas. Heath Garrett Green, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Seminole, Texas. April Marie Garin, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Carlsbad, New Mexico, cum laude. Isidra Guerrero, Bachelor of Arts, Mathematics, Brownfield, Texas. Hannah J. Harbin, Bachelor of Science, Chemistry and Mathematics, Lubbock, Texas, Honors Scholar. Linda J. Hargis, Bachelor of Social Work, Clearwater, Florida, cum laude. Vanessa Sidney Harkness, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Christina Connie Hinojosa, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Veronica Nicole Garcia, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Ramel B. Hover, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Elizabeth Funmi Igaharo, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Midland, Texas, magna cum laude. Kennedy N. Ikachukwu, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Saucisse, Texas. Wilbur Doc Jones, Bachelor of Science, Mathematics, Lubbock, Texas. Daniel Kipcourier Kipchillit, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Dallas, Texas. Laura Oliveira Lara, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Jeremy Renteria Lira, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, O'Donnell, Texas. Lauren Kendall Lockhart, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Cameron Allen Robert Lugo, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, Lubbock, Texas. Maria Teresa Martinez, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Denver City, Texas. Annette Mae Merchant, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Crofton, Nebraska. Tara Danae Mitchell, Bachelor of Social Work, Littlefield, Texas. Nancy M. Marino, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Clovis, New Mexico. Joshua Aaron Navarez, Bachelor of Science, Sports Management, Lubbock, Texas. Angela D. Nichols, Bachelor of Social Work, Detroit, Michigan. Bonnie Kuna Glory Njafuh, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Douala, Cameroon, cum laude. Brittany Danielle Ojeda, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Clovis, New Mexico. Cherry Samantha Orr, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Morgan Renee Parrott, Bachelor of Social Work, summa cum laude, Lubbock, Texas. Mallory Page Powell, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Aledo, Texas, cum laude. Russell Carson Reber, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Boise, Idaho. Sandy Dolores Reeves, Lubbock, Texas, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Courtney Elizabeth Rogers, Middleton, Wisconsin, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Melissa Socorro Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Crest, Texas. Raquel H. Rodriguez, Bachelor of Social Work, Lubbock, Texas. Martha Sando, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas, cum laude. Kristen Michelle Smith, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Spring Lake, Texas. James Brian Soto, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Mindy Ann Starch, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Idalou, Texas. Jamie Renee Summers, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Benjamin Kipsaram Tanui, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lubbock, Texas. Christiana Grace Tavo, Bachelor of Science, Biology, Richland Hills, Texas. Emily Ann Tolan, Bachelor of Arts, Biology, Odessa, Texas, magna cum laude. Hollyann Rochelle Ward, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Wiley, Texas. Marie Christine Wilson, Bachelor of Social Work, Oceanside, California. Grace Kathleen Toffner, Salado, Texas, Exercise Science. Haley Nicole Ankerholz, Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance, Hobbs, New Mexico. Kelly Suzanne Beckham, Bachelor of Arts, Digital Media Arts and Applications, Lubbock, Texas. Madeline Cannon, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting, Mansfield, Texas, summa cum laude, Honors College Scholar. Nathaniel James Chancellor, Bachelor of Business Administration, Personal Financial Planning and Stewardship, Murphy, Texas. Raven Ariel Chavarria, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting, Artesia, New Mexico. Joshua David Forbes, Bachelor of Arts, Digital Media Arts and Application, Lubbock, Texas, summa cum laude. Wesley Todd Frick, Bachelor of Arts, Digital Media Arts and Applications, Panhandle, Texas. Melissa Catherine Hartkop, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Management, Fairfield, California. Brogan Lee Hayes, Bachelor of Business Administration, Economics and Finance, Lubbock, Texas, summa cum laude. Nancy M. Juarez, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Management, Lubbock, Texas. Lingyao Li, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting, Fushan Liang, China. Elijah Rufario Madzikatira, Digital Arts and Media Applications, Hare, Zimbabwe. Quinn Julian Moser, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance, Coppell, Texas. Michaela Ann Nunnally, Bachelor of Business Administration, Hobbs, New Mexico, magna cum laude. Audra Renee Park, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting and Finance, Amarillo, Texas, summa cum laude. Kaylin Nicole Pate, Bachelor of Business Administration, Denver City, Texas. Wilson Ferris Wood Powles, Bachelor of Business Administration Finance, Lubbock, Texas. Camille Lynn Porco, Bachelor of Business Administration, Keller, Texas, magna cum laude. Andre Felipe Reals Ramirez, Bachelor of Science, Information Systems and Technology, Barrelinga, Colombia, summa cum laude, Honors College graduate. Jeffrey Jerome Reese, Bachelor of Business Administration, Abilene, Texas. Fabio Alberto Rodriguez, Bachelor of Business Administration, Long Beach, California. Shannon Elaine Rogers, Bachelor of Arts, Digital Media Arts and Applications, Amarillo, Texas, summa cum laude. Amber Jane Salinas, Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting, Corpus Christi, Texas. Josiah Malcolm Norval Stewart, Bachelor of Business Administration, Finance, Grants, New Mexico. Joseph Dansby Tingle, Bachelor of Business Administration, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Eric Allen Yarbrough, Bachelor of Science, Information Systems and Technology, Austin, Texas, summa cum laude. Cornelius Henry Huey Jr., Organizational Leadership, Lubbock, Texas.
That's it, bro.
Will the graduates now move your tassels? At graduation, we celebrate the accomplishment of all of our graduates who have reached this important milestone in life. Each college also names an honor graduate, a person who has demonstrated outstanding academic ability and who represents the best in all of our graduates. Dr. Stacy Patty, who is the Dean of the Honors College, will first introduce to you the students graduating from the Honors College, and after that he will present the first of our Dean's Awards. The Dean's Award is the highest academic award given by the university, and they will be presented by each of our academic deans. Dr. Patty?
The University Honors College provides students of high academic ability and exceptional college experience that prepares them for advanced study and lives of Christian service. The Honors College offers challenging and provocative courses, interdisciplinary colloquia and seminars, occasions for cultural enrichment, and assistance for semester internships and study abroad opportunities. All academic disciplines are represented in the Honors College. These students are identified in this graduation ceremony by their golden stoles worn around their necks. Will all the Honors College graduates and scholars please stand and be recognized? Thank you. This year in the Honors College, the December 2017 Dean's Award goes to Hannah J. Harbin from Lubbock, Texas. Hannah is graduating today with 2 degrees, a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Hannah is an Honors College scholar. Congratulations, Hannah.
In the Alfred and Patricia Smith College of Biblical Studies, the Dean's Award goes to Alec Gerard. Alec, would you come to the stage? Alec is from Mansfield, Texas. He has received the Bachelor of Arts degree in Youth and Family Ministry.
In the J.E. and Eileen Hancock College of Liberal Arts and Education, the Dean's Award goes to Brissa Bell Brown from White Base, Texas. Ms. Brown is a Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Secondary Education with a history emphasis, summa cum laude.
In the Ward Lane College of Professional Studies, the Dean's Award goes to Joshua David Forbes from Lubbock, Texas. Joshua is receiving the Bachelor of Arts in Digital Media Arts and Applications and is graduating summa cum laude.
Sheila Dye is the Assistant Vice President of Alumni and Community Relations and is an LCU graduate from the class of 1980. I know that she is excited to have such a large number of graduates becoming a part of the alumni organization. She will now come to the microphone and for the formal induction of these recent graduates. At the conclusion of this induction, Dr. Philip Camp, Professor of Music and Director of Choirs, will lead us in the university alma mater. And then Dr. Bart Durham, Associate Professor from the Department of Natural Sciences, will lead our benediction. Sheila.
Graduates, if you are a female, you are now an alumna. And if you're a male, you are now an alumnus. And together, you join thousands of graduates and former students in the alumni community that we call the LCU Alumni Connection. If you participated in the official LCU ring program and are now wearing your ring, please turn the cross outward, away from yourself. In doing so, you symbolically show Christ and share your LCU story with the world. Would all alumni and former students in the audience please stand and remain standing? Each of you is a link to our university, and each of you plays an important role in welcoming these new graduates into our alumni family. Will all of today's graduates please stand? My prayer for you is that your LCU education has made a positive impact on your life, and I also pray that through your gratitude for your experience at LCU, you will choose to remain connected, engaged, informed, and involved with our university. It is now my great pleasure, on behalf of the larger LCU alumni community, to formally induct you into the LCU Alumni Connection. Please help me congratulate. Alumni, we describe our deep appreciation and gratitude for Lubbock Christian University in 2 words: forever blue. May we all be and stay forever blue. I invite you to proudly raise your chap high as we sing our alma mater together.
Let's all be standing, if we would, to sing the alma mater. You can find the words in the back of the program if you need that, and as we sing, the faculty will take their positions. Hail to our own Lubbock Christian, modern pioneers. May his blessings rest upon you always through the years. Ties of friendship, love unbounded, colors white and blue. Oh, beloved Lubbock Christian will be true to you. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Lubbock Christian reigns, born to give the light of knowledge set on road. rolling plains, learning character, citizenship with Christianity. Oh, beloved Lamar, Christian will remember thee.
Would you pause with me for a word of prayer? Father God, as today's graduates leave this special place, having achieved their academic goal, I pray that you send them forth to be your ambassadors on this earth, that others might see in them your spirit and be drawn into a relationship with you. As they encounter all of the successes and struggles of this life, I pray that your word will remain forever in their hearts and on their tongue. So, Father, may it be your words, not mine, that we hear today. Remind each of us frequently that you gave your only beloved Son so that we could have eternal life. Because of this, not even death can separate us from you. Remind us that you will not allow us to be tested beyond what we can bear. Remind us that you have not given us a spirit of timidity, but one of power, love, and discipline. Remind us that we can ask for anything according to your will, and you will hear us. And remind us that even during the trials and testing of our faith, we can experience joy. And especially remind us that through your strength, you can and will do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine. May these words and the rest of your inspired scriptures calm anxiety as these graduates consider important decisions about their future. Help them to always seek your wisdom and listen for your guidance. How thankful we are to be able to include you in the marking of this significant occasion. May you bestow upon these graduates an undeniable sense of your peace, love, joy, and presence in their lives. It is through your Son that we offer this prayer. Amen.
I would like to invite everyone to join our faculty and staff in singing "The Lord Bless You and Keep You" over these graduates. If you don't know these words, the song is from Numbers chapter 6. The blessing mentioned there. If you don't know the song, please join your heart with us as we sing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace, and give you peace. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you, and be gracious. The Lord be gracious, gracious unto you. And will the audience please be seated for the processional?